Hello, welcome back to Godly Play. Are you ready to hear more of our story? Because it's not Easter yet. We're still in the season of Lent, and we still have to get ready. So get comfortable, find a place where you can sit and listen and see. As you can see, our story is so big that it won't even fit on my table anymore. So Chance and I, we're down here on the floor, and Ellie is up on the couch. But they're really excited about this story too. So you remember about the color purple? Remember what we said? Purple is a serious, thoughtful color of royalty, and it's the color that we use to help us remember that we are in the season of Lent, which is the time we get ready for the mystery of Easter. And we're not ready yet, are we? So let's remember our story so far. So first, remember, the baby Jesus was born. And the baby was well cared for and loved, and grew into a little boy. And he and his family went off to Jerusalem for the festival, and they got so busy they left without him. So Jesus was lost, and then Jesus was found. And then last time, remember we heard the story about when Jesus grew up into a man. And he went and found his cousin John in the River Jordan and asked to be baptized. And as Jesus came up out of the waters of the Jordan, a sign of the Holy Spirit, the dove, came upon Jesus. And they heard God giving his blessing to Jesus. And that's where we ended our story last time. But the story's not over yet. Because remember, after Jesus was baptized, he crossed over the River Jordan. And where did he go? Well, you can imagine, he wanted to think about what just happened. He went out into the desert. He went out into the desert to think about who he was and about what work he was supposed to be doing in the world. And he stayed out in the desert for 40 days and 40 nights. And there was not very much to eat or drink out there. And while he was there, he heard a voice, and it said, "Hey, why don't you just pick up one of those rocks over there and turn it into some bread to eat?" But Jesus said, "No. In order to be truly human, we need more than just bread to eat." And then suddenly, it was as if Jesus were up at the top of the great temple in Jerusalem looking down. And the voice came and said again, "Well, why don't you just throw yourself off of this roof here and see if God's angels will rush in to bear you up and keep you from falling on the stones below?" But Jesus said, "No. We do not need to test God." And then, suddenly, Jesus could look out and see all the kingdoms of the world before him. And the voice came and said again, "If you follow me, I will make you king of all that you see." And again, Jesus said, "No, I am to be a king, but not that kind of king." And after that, Jesus knew what he needed to do. And he crossed back over the River Jordan and set out to do the work that God had prepared for him. I wonder if you know who you are and the work that you are to do in the world. I wonder about that sometimes. And I wonder if there's someone with you that maybe has a story about their work, the work they want to do in the world, or maybe the work they are doing in the world and how they came to know what that was. I bet there's some good stories to share, and I hope you'll take some time right now to share those stories and think about it. And I wonder if maybe you have some hopes and dreams about what you want to be when you grow up and what you think the work you have to do in the world. Well, think about those things and think about how you want to respond to this story, because it's just getting bigger and better all the time. So find something fun and interesting and thoughtful, a way for you to think about what you're hearing. And as you do, I want you to remember two things, because I know something about who you are, and I know something about what you're supposed to do in the world. You want to hear? You are a beloved child of God. You are, as is everybody that's sitting with you, and me too, and all of us. And the work that you're to do, well, it's the same work I have too, and that's to love one another. It might seem like it's harder to do some days than others, but it's something we try to do every day. And if I were there with you, I'd give you a big hug to show you how much I love you. But since I can't do that, would you hug everybody that's with you and tell them that you love them? That would be such a nice thing to do and a way to get started on this important work we all have to do in the world. So go out, have a great day today, love each other as best you can, and I hope you'll come back, because you know what? There's more of this story. So I'll see you next time.